I was like, you know what? I can handle this two ways. I can be like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, I'm in the right, or I can just accept defeat. And that's what I did in that moment. I was like, I'm wrong. I was like, you're right. I'm addicted to pills. I lie to your face constantly. I'm a terrible friend. And, you know, like, I don't even like myself. Hi, my name is Michael Hickey, full-time content creator and traveler, and you're watching Folks Alert.
Today I'm in the parking lot of Walmart on the corner of Metro West Boulevard and Kirkman Road. I am interviewing Michael Hickey. Mr. Hickey is a car camper. He traveled the United States living out of his car while exploring the country. I wanted to talk to him about what is it like living out of his car.
When you travel, like going from state to state, do people always come up to you, like when they see that you're cooking outdoor, like now? You know, we're here in a parking lot. Someone walked up to you like, "Hey, what's going on?" Because they see the camera. Do you, encounter that a lot?
So, whenever I'm walking around filming myself in public, yes, there's always somebody that walks up and is like, "Are you a YouTuber? Are you a TikToker?" But most of the time, in public, no one really like walks up or approaches or, no, like not really. I'm trying to think. The main thing that people walk up to me about is the Oregon plates. So they'll be like, "Oh, you're from Oregon." And I'll be like, "Yeah." And they're like, "What brings you all the way out here to Florida?" Or like, "What brings you to Michigan? What brings you to..."
Wait. So you're from Oregon?
I was born in, okay, I lived in Oregon for like 12 or 10 months. And that was like my first trip. Like I moved to Oregon, lived there, but I was raised in Indiana.
Okay.
Born in California, lived there till I was 5, raised in Indiana, and then my first trip was to Oregon, and I lived there for 8 months, or however long, like a little under a year.
So this whole trip started in Oregon?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
That's where like the journey started. Like that's when I found like my love for travel, and like it kind of like opened up my eyes to like, oh wow, like there's a whole world outside my hometown, you know?
Well, you could experience that world if you get on, YouTube. You got the internet, right? So you could surf the net and go anywhere you want.
You can, but it's so much different when you're in the moment and you're living it. And it's like, you can watch somebody, go camp in a tent in the middle of Alaska.
Right.
And it's cool, and you're there, and you can live, like you can kind of live through the video, but like until you're out there in Alaska in that tent, you won't know what it feels like. Just like, I don't know the word, but people always, geez, I'm a mess. People always DM me on Instagram and they're like, I live vicariously through you. And I'm like, what does that mean? And they're just like, I watch your videos and I kind of like live through the moment with you. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's really cool.
That's one of the beauties of shooting outside, right?
Yeah.
You get to experience the traffic, people, a helicopter above.
Yeah.
And for me, this is quite new, but this whole trip starts in Oregon. I mean, I saw you on Instagram, and I guess I can understand when people watch you, they're curious. I was curious because I was like, wait a minute, this guy is actually living out his car. I think the first video I saw, you converted your car into the bed and you did all this stuff. So I was like, oh, let me reach out and see if I could talk to him, you know. So here you are, and this is the car.
Yeah.
So when you decided to start traveling, how did your parents or your family react? Did they say, are you crazy? Mike, what are you doing? What was the reaction from your family?
So I'm the youngest of 7, so I'm kind of like the baby of the family, and I have like a really close family, and it was hard leaving, but they knew I was, you know, doing something more. You know, they knew I was going to get life experience. They knew I was trying to better myself. They knew, and really when I left for Oregon the first time, when I went on my first journey, like I was extremely like depressed and like had some addictions I was dealing with, and I kind of just like pushed all that away and just like left. You know, I left all the problems behind. They're all my problems that I created,
right?
But I left them all behind, and my parents really, they've supported my journey. My parents have always supported everything I do, just because like from a young age I've always been like the go-getter. You know, I used to like flip iPhones in like 4th grade, and I'd buy kids iPods and like iPod Nanos, and I'd go flip them on eBay in 4th grade. And like my mom saw me doing that, and she saw me making money as like a 12-year-old, and she was like, there's something different about this kid. And then she just supported literally everything I do. My mom and my dad like fully supported everything. But you know, it's hard leaving because we've been so close, you know, and seeing him every day, seeing my entire family every day for my entire life, and then boom, I'm in Oregon alone in a tiny home, no friends, you know, don't really know anyone. And
how often do you speak to your family since you've been on this journey?
Every day.
Oh, you talk to them every day?
I talk to my mom every day, talk to my brother every day, and then the rest of my family, you know, throughout the week, I'll give them a call. We'll hop on the phone for like an hour.
Gotcha.
Sometimes, you know, I won't talk to them for like a couple weeks. It just depends. But my mom and my brother, like I talk to them every day.
Cool. Do you got a name for this car?
No.
No name.
The Car Camper.
The Car Camper.
The Car Camper. I don't know, I think it's kind of weird to like name a car like Betty or, you know,
I mean,
Susie.
But this
I don't
car,
know.
How long have you had this car?
I bought this car in Oregon, I want to say like 6 months ago.
6 months.
Yeah.
So 6 months you've had a relationship with this car.
Yeah.
You've done everything in this car.
Yep.
Have you went on a date in this car yet?
No.
I asked you when we were doing.
Actually, yes.
You did?
Yes.
And what was that like?
Well, it was very interesting because I met the girl in Michigan, and she was from Peru, so she spoke English, but like very little. And it was just funny because I met her and she didn't speak English, and I was like, hey, let's go on an adventure, let's go to the beach. And she was like, okay, cool. And I was like, come look at my car first, like it's gonna be weird, I have a bed in my car, you probably think it's kind of weird. And I showed her my Instagram and whatever, and she felt more comfortable. She got in the car and we went, and it was actually really fun because it's like a different dynamic, you know?
Right.
It's very new and it's different, and she had fun, I had fun, it was a great time. But I don't know, I like whenever I'm on like driving in the car with like a girl, especially if I like to like put the hand on the thigh, but you can't do that. You know what I mean?
I asked you, what happens when you go to these cities or these states, and if you meet someone that you like, do you stay? Because you're moving around, you may be here this week or maybe a month, and then you're picking up and you're leaving because you want to go experience the country.
Yeah.
So have you considered, you know, if I meet someone, what I'm going to do, if I'm going to stay there, or that person have to come along, or yeah?
They would have to come along. But I think when I do meet somebody, they see what I do and like what I do for my, you know, social media, my career. And they know, they don't put the expectation on me to stay with them. Like the expectations from the start is like, okay, this guy will probably be in another state within the next week. So it's like they meet me and they know that. And like I'm a traveler, like I'm a nomad. Like I'll be here and then next week I'll be gone. And it's like, if you want to tag along, that's fine. Tag along.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not necessarily looking for a girlfriend. 2023, I've decided to focus on like solely myself and like exercise and my career. Those are my main 3 goals. And just building up relationships, like not boyfriend, girlfriend, but just having more genuine relationships with my friends, you know, checking up on my friends whenever I can, telling them, you know, I love them and I'm there for them. That's what I want to focus on, not necessarily women, because I love women so much, like they distract me. That's the biggest distraction for me is chicks, because they're just so awesome. Like
there's this thing, you know, because of the pandemic called the van life, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
Where a lot of people are living out of their vans.
Yep.
And traveling, kind of similar to what you do.
Yep.
Are you part of that van life community?
So like this is the van life community, and I'm like their neighbor. I'm like their neighbor, or like the cousin, because like you could say it's similar. You could say this is a micro van life car. I mean, it's all basically the same. It's all basically the same. Van lifers, particularly, I feel like they're more in, like not in cities. They're like out in the country and doing stuff like that. I'm more like in the city, like urban stealth survival.
Well, it gives you the car gives you more flexibility to move around.
Exactly. I've never had anyone knock on my window. I've never had anything ever happen. No one really notices when the Kia Rio pulls up, blacked out windows. It's got a camper shell, or not a camper shell. I call this the top trunk.
Okay.
The top trunk.
What's in there?
Let's open it up. So, this is a table I cook on.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. So if I were cooking right now, I'd set this up. I'd get can you hand me that chair right there? Sorry.
Sure.
Right there. Right. Yes, sir. That one.
So.
And this is like my little mini chair. Set that up. And then other than that, I just have like this mat if I want to sleep outside.
Can you imagine me doing interviews outside?
Like this?
Right.
I can imagine. I mean, it's kind of happening right now, so I can imagine it.
Okay.
I like the dynamic. I got some.
I was really expecting more in there.
Oh wait, skateboard.
Skateboard.
I could probably bust a trick.
Your basketball.
I have all sports, so I have basketball, frisbee, football, all the sports basically. I got a longboard. I love this when I'm like cruising around the city, because I can just, you know, get from A to B really quick. If I need to find a Planet Fitness and like there's no parking for like a mile away, I'll find some free parking and then just longboard the mile to the Planet Fitness and take my shower. And I also have, remember how you were talking about cooking or getting food and cooking it?
Right.
I have a fishing pole, and it's like a collapsible fishing pole. I got this for Christmas, you know, like one of these guys, collapsible. And this is gonna be the fishing pole that I catch the salmon with out of the stream and cook it on the Coleman campus. Yeah, it's going to happen. Baseball bat for, you know, hitting baseball. I love baseball.
So tell me, what was life like for you prior to, you know, what did you do for a living?
So
before you became this living off the land, touring across the country.
So after high school, I went to college in hopes to pursue a career in business, because I always loved business. I always loved selling things. I've always been a salesman. And I stopped doing I dropped out of college. Oh, my skateboard. I dropped out of college because I wanted to create a t-shirt business, and like I just knew I was never gonna work for someone. And every time I would get a job, I paid for my own college, and I worked jobs. I worked like 2-3 jobs at a time while going to school, you know, while trying to keep a social life. And I just like, I was so like, I wasn't deeply depressed at that point, but I just had so much potential I knew I had so much potential, and like I always have known that I'm not gonna like work a job. Like I know I'm gonna be like a millionaire one day, and like that sounds like egotistical, but like that's just me manifesting it. Like I'm not trying to be cocky, but like I always knew that there was something more, and I've never really worked well with like a boss. Like I've always I dislike the boss. Like the boss is disrespecting me or whatever. Just never worked well with the bosses, and I don't know. I'm kind of losing track of where the actual question was. What was the question we started with?
The question was, what was life like prior to you? And I mean, you kind of answered the question, so that I get that part.
Well, before I started traveling, like the main reason that I started traveling was because I was at such a low point in my life, and I just felt like hopeless, and I felt like I was never going to achieve any of these expectations that I've set for myself. I set my expectations extremely high, and that kind of made it to where I was just like super depressed, and addictions were coming into play, and I was focusing all my energy on like a girl that like didn't actually even like me. She was kind of just like tailing me along, and that all like just like I don't know, it felt like a bunch of pressure on me. And then finally I was just like, all right, I'm leaving. And I randomly got an opportunity to go work at a dispensary in Oregon, and that was my ticket out. And I was like, yes, I'm going. I dropped everything. Like I had a job, I had a house, I dropped everything. I moved to Oregon, and I was paying like $1,100 in rent in Oregon, and I still had my lease in Indiana. So I was paying the lease for my first 6 months in Oregon. I was still paying the $600 on my lease,
right.
The house I had with my buddies. But yeah, that's kind of what I was doing before I started traveling.
Living out of your car is nothing unusual. People have been doing it for a very long time. But one thing that has been caught on over the past few years is the van lifers. Van lifers are part of the digital nomads category. They travel, live, and work in recreational vehicle vans or other motorized means of transportation converted into roaming residents. Passionate about a new adventure, people who adopt to this way of life generally combines remote work and travel for various reasons and lengths of time. The number of van lifers in the United States was estimated to over 3 million in mid-2022.
Tell me about the addiction.
So I was on pills, and just like really down deep in a hole that I couldn't really dig myself out of. And I don't really like...
Was that because of the environment you were in?
Yeah. No, I mean, friends had to play in it, but it's like, it was all me. It was all my fault. I don't want to blame the environment I was in, because I could have stopped, and I could have, not. It was, I don't know, it just turned into a habit. Like I would do it for fun here and there, and then it was like, okay, wake up in the morning, and just to go to work, I gotta take some pills and just to get to work.
Are you talking like oxycodone?
Like Xanax.
Xanax?
Yeah, it was like Xanax. And I don't really like talking about it, because it was just like such a bad time for me, but
that bad time, right?
Yeah.
At some point in time, you told yourself, well, I'm gonna pull myself out of it.
Yeah.
Take me back to that moment when you say, okay, well, I'm not happy with myself doing these pills, and I'm gonna get myself clean. Cold turkey.
So I was with this girl that I like really liked, and like I said, she was tailing me along for like 2 years straight. And finally she was just like done with my BS, because like I'd pull up to her house blacked out off pills,
right,
every night. And she's like, I know there's something wrong with you. Like, I know you're doing something. I know you have an addiction. And I would just lie straight to her face. And then finally, she was like, I'm done with like all your bullshit. Like, just don't talk to me. Leave me alone. You're a piece of shit. And like a bunch of lies that I had told her, she had realized. So she like told me, you lied to me this time. You lied to me then. Like, go fuck yourself.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I can handle this two ways. I can be like, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm in the right. Or I can just accept defeat. And that's what I did in that moment. I was like, I'm wrong. I was like, you're right. I'm addicted to pills. I lie to your face constantly. I'm a terrible friend. And, like, I don't even like myself.
What you're telling me there, so therefore you accept accountability for your actions.
Yeah. And that was the first time I accepted the accountability. And then 6 days later, like 2 days after that, I got the call, like, hey, you can move to Oregon. And I was like, I'm there.
And that was your ticket?
That was my ticket.
And everything else changed for you?
Yeah, and like I left the pills behind. I left all the addictions behind, and I just drove. And like the 30-hour drive, I was like, it's not really much of like a withdrawal effect, but like I was withdrawing like a little bit. I don't really want to say withdraw. I was just like craving it so bad, and and really like rebuilding. I had to rebuild my whole personality and like the way I think and everything, because when you're really addicted to pills, like your pill is like your best friend. Like if I'm gonna go out and be social, I gotta take a pill to be social. If I'm gonna be happy today, I have to take a pill to be happy. If I'm gonna eat food today, I have to take a pill to eat some food.
But when you look at it as a whole, right?
Yeah.
And that's a real problem in society today.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of people struggle with depression, and they use the pill as a way out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm happy that you took accountability and pulled yourself together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to talk about this car.
Of course.
Give me a tour of the car.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Show me this car.
Let's look at the bed.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you decided to convert the car, you took the seat out.
Yeah, so this is where the front seat would be.
Right.
And I just unscrewed it. It was pretty easy. I just unscrewed it, and right here on the back, I cut out half the seat.
Okay.
And this is just like my memory foam padding. So like here's the bare bones down here.
Gotcha.
But right here is like the shelves and things like this.
Oh, that's like your
storage. Yeah,
gotcha,
so
gotcha.
Down here I have like my sleeping bag. I'll pull that out at night. Up here, it's probably kind of hard to see, but up here I have like other stuff. This one comes out. And here's like my window covers that I use to like cover up the windows for privacy. And, sheet, just like a bunch of extra stuff, nightlight.
Okay, now, I gotta ask you this.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at your car. You got it converted to a bed, and I understand that you're traveling.
Yep.
When you get pulled over, have you ever been pulled over by the police?
Yeah, just recently, yes.
Okay, and when they say, okay, license, registration, and they come to the car and they look in the car, what are they thinking?
They didn't say anything. Like
they got to say something.
They didn't. So I was actually working on a carpentry job at the time, so I had all like my tools laid out right here.
Right.
So I'm sure they just saw it and they're like, oh, this dude just converted his car into a work truck. This is something that I really like that I just got at Walmart. It's a battery or a rechargeable fan. So like these hot nights in Florida, it's hard to get like air circulation just by having the windows cracked.
Right.
And you don't want your window down halfway when you're sleeping in your car. It's just unsafe. So this little fan, you can turn it on full power and just have it like blasting on your face all night. And the past 3 nights, it's been pretty hot, and I was nice and cool just because this little fan.
So now when you go to these different cities, I mean, you're in Florida, what do you do for money? What do you do for work?
DoorDash.
DoorDash?
Yeah.
What is DoorDash?
So I have the bag back here for DoorDash. It's an app, and it's a food delivery service. So
okay, like a Uber Eats.
It's Uber.
Okay,
It's another Uber Eats, and you just go on the app, you click Dash right now, and then they send you offers to make money. Go to McDonald's, pick up a Big Mac, and go deliver it to John.
Gotcha.
And I'll go deliver it, and then I can get a tip from that. I used to do a lot of pizza delivery, so I'm kind of like used to the food delivery, and it's fun. It's a fast-paced thing, and you can make good money doing this. My brother in Indianapolis, he makes $200 a day in an 8-hour shift.
All right. So you just have to turn your app on, and then you just start getting offers.
Turn the app on, start getting offers. Another way to make money is with this other app I use. It's just a gig work app. So I hop on the app, and it's called Wonolo. It's WONOLO.
Right.
So you hop on there, and you can go work like a normal job, like a factory, pizza delivery. If Walmart needs somebody to cover a shift, it'll probably be on
like
there.
A shift, what was that? I think it's called like a shift job or something?
Shift, they call it gig work.
Gig work?
Yeah, but yeah, it's just you go pick up a shift wherever, and if it's available, you can go schedule yourself to work a week straight.
Instagram has been able to enable you to reach other people, to reach out to you, that invite you to their country to come and visit, and wow.
Yeah, so it's been very helpful with connections, and I'd say I could probably visit almost any country, and I bet I have one follower, at least one follower from each country in the world. So now, would they host me? Maybe not. So, but as of right now, like at least 20 people from different countries have reached out and said, "Hey, I have a place for you to stay. I'll be your tour. I'll be your guide, and I'll show you, where not to go, what not to do, and all the fun stuff about our country,
Gotcha.
And that is like so like inspiring to me, because it's like I've always wanted to travel outside of the country. I've always wanted to do these things, and now just by traveling and doing what I can in the U.S., then it's like opened up a couple of doors. Obviously, I'd be nervous to go do that, and I don't know if I'd do that by myself. I'd prefer to do it with a partner, but I said the same thing when I wanted to start doing this. It's like, do I want to go sleep in my car by myself? No. Would I do it with someone else right beside me in their car, like a team? Yeah, that's a lot more comfortable, but no one wanted to do it,
So you did it by yourself?
I did it by myself, because that's the fastest way I could make it happen, and it made me grow more independent. It made me feel more like courageous or whatever. I don't know, it's just a good feeling that I was able to accomplish certain things on my own, and like no one else was helping me at all, mentally, emotionally, physically, like no help at all. Well, mental and emotional help from my family, but
also you have a community of people that's on social media that's supportive.
Yeah, that's amazing, and that's another thing that helps me not feel lonely on the road, is interacting with like the community. And I don't like to say followers. I need to make a term for my community, but right now it's the community.
Gotcha.
Travel community, whatever. And interacting with them on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all that. I love it. I respond to every DM that somebody DMs me on Instagram. I've responded to every single person, and I want to keep it that way, because I feel like it builds a personal relationship with the person they're watching. Like, they can watch me and then they can message me, and I will respond, and I'll have a conversation with you. Like, I don't really care. Like, I'll talk to you about what you're eating for dinner tonight, just because I want to build that type of relationship with my audience. And I feel like that's unique to a lot of creators, because creators don't do that. Every creator I've ever DM'd on Instagram, they don't respond. They don't give me the time of day, and it makes me feel bad. Like, and I don't want somebody to feel bad reaching out. And even me with 80,000 followers, like on Instagram, right? Just on Instagram, across all platforms, it's at 250,000, which I'm very proud of. But even at 80,000 followers, people will reach out and say, "Hey, I hope you see this. Like, I hope you're having a good day. I just started traveling in my car because of you, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, wow, that is amazing. And I'll text back, and I'll be like, "Thank you so much for reaching out to me." Like, it's crazy that you started doing this just from what I'm doing. And then they respond back, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't think you were gonna respond." And I'm like, why? Like, you're a human being. I'm not gonna ignore you. Like, obviously it's hard. Like, the past couple of days, I have like 40 messages right now that I have to respond to. So it takes like an hour for me to actually be thoughtful, because I could go through and just be like, "Cool, thanks for texting me, thanks for," I could just give them bullshit responses, but I want to be genuine and give them, and be like a human being to them, Like, I don't want to just treat them like, "Oh, here's some other dude. Cool, bro, thanks for texting me. Thanks for reaching out, because I could say thanks for reaching out to all of them and just have all the messages cleared right now, but I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna give them an actual response. And most of the time people are reaching out for advice. So I love helping people. That's like, that ties back into the main purpose of this whole thing, and it's helping people, The whole purpose of my channel and what I started on and what I'm going to continue to do is just inspire people to travel. That's it. That's all I want to do. I just want to inspire people to travel. And along the way, I want to build my career and help my family.
Gotcha.
It's like all I want to do.
Michael, well, it was a pleasure having you. I learned a lot chatting with you.
I really appreciate you for just giving me the opportunity, putting me on your platform, sharing my story, and you ask really good questions. So I appreciate that. 10 years. He's been interviewing for 10 years.
I tried.